If you're new here, definitely subscribe. Hit the bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video, and smash the like button. Okay, we've got a big problem here going on, babes, and we have to fix it. So I started a couple videos this morning, but unfortunately one of them had my phone going on and off and all of this. This video, by the way, is for women only. Men, you can, you know, go away. This is not for men at all. This is for women only, okay? I guess, but no. This is for women. So, I kind of mentioned the other day that I was, you know, wanting to, or think about, I was thinking about having some sexy time, and, okay, girl noticed some freshness issues, you know what I'm saying? So we are not here for that at all. So we have to find a solution to the problem. And obviously I have already shared a couple of things, but I'm going to go back over what we have already shared previously in the previous videos, in case this is like your first time catching this. Now, I want you to be aware of something. I have basically been a medicine lady for quite a while, but over the last year or so, I have last couple of years has been just a lot going on, and to the point where there's been a bit of an imbalance in some region. And what I mean is just health wise, you know, like health has been up and down, it's fluctuated, and you know, it hasn't been something that I've been able to like fully just focus on, right? But I have had many years of study, and you know, I have a lot of points of reference to study various different things. The rose hips was a good one. The hibiscus too. Okay. So I am an herbalist, if that makes any sense. I am definitely an herbalist. I have always been into herbs, into natural healing, and I believe that everything that we need to heal anything on this earth is on this earth, right? We buy into the doctors, and you know, sometimes the doctors they have a place. You know, they have a place when it comes to like, you know, surgical things or looking at things, you know, checking things out. Absolutely, I'm not taking away from doctors, but what we need is on this earth already. So we're going to heal this issue. So if you have a UTI, urinary tract infection, well, I'm not going to really cover UTI too much in here, but I guess I'll look at those things as well for you guys. But if you've got like bacterial, if you got BV going on or yeast infection, we're going to consider both of those the same thing. We're going to be looking into that. And then also we're going to be, because I've been forced into this little situation here, we are also going to be covering detox as well. So we'll be starting a detox today, right now. Yeah, so I've discussed in a previous like 2 videos, we've discussed, like I said, I was considering maybe having some sexy time, and girl, it just wasn't giving what it should give, you know. And I usually don't have those types of problems, because I'm usually pretty healthy. I usually keep up with my just health stuff, you know. But lately, over the last while, I had an extreme imbalance and an extreme influx of heightened stress. And so I've been operating in a place of heightened stress for quite a while. Well, of course, when you are operating out of a place of heightened stress, there are going to be some things that go neglected or uncared for. And unfortunately, unfortunately, we are at an imbalance of bacteria in the body. So if you are not familiar, the body has good bacteria and it has bad bacteria. And usually the good bacteria helps to balance out the bad bacteria. However, when you have an imbalance of bad bacteria, or you have more bad bacteria than good bacteria, it can cause a number of issues. Okay. Sorry about that. So Okay, let's see, where was I? So this can cause a couple of things. This can cause like thrush. It can cause you to have like sinus infections. It can cause you to have obviously like, you know, issues that they're talking about, bacterial vaginosis that we're literally talking about right here. So it can cause those types of issues. Now these can be caused by a number of things. They can be caused by an excessive amount of yeast, such as like bread, like too much bread, too much yeast in the system, like an overload. So creating, fostering a system of too much bad bacteria, right? Overindulgence of sugar, like too much sugar, can also is basically the same thing. Now, what we're talking about specifically, which is yeast infection and bacterial vaginosis, these can be caused by tight pants, or you know, it can be like if you. I never share clothes with other people, so if you share clothes with other people, that can be it right there. You can be getting it from sharing other people's clothes, or wearing jeans that are way too tight, and you know, not wearing breathable panties. You can also pass it back and forth from your sexual partners. If you are sexually active, you can pass them back and forth from your sexual partners as well. So if you are using this video to help you treat that, then you need to also treat your partner, because your partner can pass it to you, and you can, you know, I mean, it's just kind of a back and forth thing. It's just kind of stupid. So just go ahead and get everybody treated all at once, and then that way there's no issue. So further, what else was there that we wanted to cover? So just a notation for you guys. Now, there is an over-the-counter antibiotic called metronidazole or something like that you would use, but we're not doing that. We're actually going the natural route, because that's just how I do things, okay? So we're going to use our garlic as our antibiotic, because garlic is a natural antibiotic. Additionally, garlic is good for increasing T blood cells in the body. It's antifungal, antimicrobial, and antibacterial. So that's going to help us in that region. I did pick up some ginger for anti-inflammatory, as well as so this will be part of more like the weight loss part of it, but it can help also with this whole thing as well, because it's antifungal, anti-inflammatory, and I believe antibacterial as well. So a lot of the foods that I picked up, which is like lemons, I got limes, I've got ginger, I've got garlic. These are going to help us. And first of all, this, what we're doing here is not just for the yeast situation. It's also for the beginning of a detox. So I've been I've been thinking like, ooh, I might want some sexy time soon. So, and I, you know, I don't want to, you know, have that issue occurring. That's not what we're trying to do in life. So we had to, you know, get this taken care of. But we also know that we need to kind of knock off some weight too. So we want to knock off some weight, and we want to make sure we take care of the girl. Okay. We want to take care of the kitten. Okay. We have to make sure that we are going to just knock this all out in one fell swoop. So I got a number of different ingredients for that purpose. So another thing you want to remember, so first off, the main ingredient here that I am using, because I am using the natural route, is garlic. And garlic is going to be your antibacterial, sorry, your what do you call it? What do you call that thing? Not the antidote, but basically an antidote. But it's a, my brain just stopped working. Why the hell my brain stopped working like that? It's a natural antibiotic. That's what it is. Okay, so garlic is a natural antibiotic. If you've ever had pneumonia, if you've ever had the flu, if you've ever had any serious illnesses like strep throat, your garlic is going to heal all of that. Now, a lot of people don't like to eat garlic straight, because you got to be a thug to do that. And I'm definitely a thug, so I'm going to eat it straight to minimize or eliminate the taste of garlic on your breath. You'll want to eat this with some kind of meat. So, I mean, you don't have to eat it with meat, but you'll want to eat it with something else. So you'll want to eat it, chew it, and then immediately follow with some other food. Like, I like to do like burgers. So for instance, if I know I'm going to take some garlic right now, I like to have a burger after, because for some reason it like neutralizes the, you know, the smell of the garlic. So that's just an FYI for those of you that are concerned about that. But you can also take the garlic pills, but I know for sure that this is the natural garlic. Taking the natural garlic in its natural state is going to work faster, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for speed, and I'm looking for speed and accuracy. Okay, so we've got that. The next thing you want to remember that you're going to have to, because what we're doing with this antibiotic is we are going to be clearing out those bad bacteria, and it's going to happen quickly, right? Because the body is going to start flushing. Make sure you're also drinking lots of water during this process, okay? Because the water is flushing the system and flushing the body. You need to get yourself some probiotics. Now, that could be acidophilus. It could also be, there's some other ones here that I was just looking at that I can't recall off the top of my brain. The top of my noggin, let's see. Acidophilus, which is what we have here, and then the lactobacillus. Okay, so the lactobacillus and the acidophilus probiotics is what you want to add to your system here. Now, this one specifically, I've got this one. I think I got this one from CVS, and this is the 250 million active cultures. This is good for a couple of things. So not only is this going to help us with our yeast infection, BV, etc., it's going to also help us with digestive issues as well. It's going to start helping to balance out the bad bacteria in the gut. Now, keep in mind, a lot of things happen in the gut. They say that the gut is the second brain, right? So, and I have to definitely tackle my gut health, because my gut health has definitely been impacting my life a lot, right? Because it just impacts the way my clothes look. Like, why are we doing this, right? So we're gonna knock all of this out. We're gonna get this started and change. We're gonna have a lifestyle change with this. Personally, for me, this is a lifestyle change. But we're gonna take these the probiotics for sure. And you want to make sure you add that, because this is going to be necessary, because we're getting rid of the bad bacteria. We definitely have to replace it with a good bacteria. This is non-negotiable, okay? It's not even negotiable. Even if you decide to take the metronidazole, I think it's called, even if you decide to take the pill antibiotic, you still need to get your probiotics, okay? This is not skippable. This is a part of the process. You have to have the probiotics, okay? So we've got that out the way. Now, some herbs that you can use for these types of issues would be your black cohosh, your pennyroyal, and another one is going to be rose hips that you can use for these types of, female issues down here, okay? So you can use those. And then I found a few more, actually. Oh, I also just saw that you can use burdock root, which I love burdock root for multiple reasons. One of the reasons I really love burdock root, though, is because burdock root is great for the spiritual health. So burdock root will fight off physical and spiritual contagions. So let's just say you have somebody trying to hex and curse you. Go get your burdock root. Your burdock root is going to help you, because burdock root literally helps to fight off physical and spiritual contagions, okay? But it also will help us in this situation with the yeast situation going on too. So, a lot of the things that we're doing is multifaceted, multi-purpose. One thing can do multiple things, okay? Now, we are going to be doing... let me finish up with the vaginal part first, and then we'll go over to the detox stuff, which is pretty much all the same stuff, but it's, I'll be just telling you what it's doing. So I do have some pennyroyal right here, and this is my natural herbs. I have an herb collection that I just have. So this is pennyroyal. That's what pennyroyal looks like. Pennyroyal is really good for female health, for feminine health. Okay, and then another thing that we're going to be adding to this is the slippery elm. So the slippery elm is going to give us that slippery, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna give us that slippery down in the regions, So we want to add that, but we are then going to, in our bath. I'm so sorry you're sad. Why are you sad? Don't be sad. Be glad. So in our baths, now it's been a while, so this is also for me, it's been a while since I've actually had a spiritual bath in the tub and sat down in the tub. So so I'm gonna you also want to get yourself some apple cider vinegar, okay? Pour a little apple cider vinegar in the tub and then sit down in that tub. This is going to help with the UTI and the BV. And then of course we're gonna get that slippery elm, but we're gonna add that, stir it up, Drink it up. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a nice little tasty treat after you have had, you know, after you have had a little smelly situation. It's gonna be a nice tasty treat when you get yourself all back fresh and, you know, all back healed and everything. And then, you know, it'll be a nice tasty treat if you decide to, you know, have some sexy time with your partner. So, you know, there's that. And then what else? So we're moving forward. So yes, black cohosh, blue cohosh. Okay. Rose hips and hibiscus if you like. Now, also pennyroyal is going to be helpful as well. And so there's that. So those are all the things that we are going to be using for this, for the BV or UTI. Okay, those are the things that we're going to be taking into our system. Now, this process, I'm going to go, because I actually was working on this, but I kind of stopped in the middle. So the issue is that I was like doing this and healing it, and it was like, it works really fast. I started taking the probiotics and it was working very fast. Like it starts to work quickly, but I didn't do it for long enough. So here we go, back again. So we're going to do this the right way this time. We're going to do it for long enough. So I'm thinking maybe at least 7 days. So 7 whole days, this whole thing has to go on, where you're taking the garlic as an antibiotic and you're also taking your probiotics. And I'm also adding a detox slash, you know, system flush along with that, because, you know, why not? Hello, Ratish. How are you? I'm thank you so much. Listen, I don't know right now. I need to, you know, I'm talking about something else right now. I'm actually talking about women's health. I'm not doing tarot right now. So we're talking about natural healing. So we're talking about medicine, you know, stuff like natural medicine. So that's what I'm talking about in this video. And I know that's probably like, but what do you mean? You're a tarot lady. I also do natural health, okay? And spiritual talks. So we talk about spiritual things. We talk about natural medicine type vibes, healing, anything to do with like the healing spiritual realm, like all that good stuff. We get into all of that. So right now, this video, we are doing a kind of like a herb conversation, basically. We're talking about herbalism and things of that nature, okay? Okay, so where was I? I don't know where I was, honestly. Okay, I can help you, but it would be after I'm done with this conversation, not before. Okay, now, once again, I want to tell you guys, like, so we're using this right now, the garlic we're using for the purpose of like a UTI or a BV or something like that. But you need to know that the garlic is such a powerful herb to have in your arsenal, and you should always have it in your kitchen. If you don't have garlic in your kitchen, you need to go get it right now. It's only $1. I'm sure you can get some for like 5 cents, like 50 cents or something like that. Like it's necessary to have in every cabinet, even though there are people out there that say, oh, it's a killer. Yeah, that's great. That's cool and all. But look, you need it, okay? Because this is going to fight so many different things. I once healed, I had pneumonia at one point a few years ago. And it was the weirdest thing. It just came out the blue, out of no fucking where. And all of a sudden, I was just like gagging up like a bunch of fluids just kept coming out. Well, I ended up taking some garlic, and within hours, it was all like coming up and coming out, and it was done. It just like completely stopped. It was like, and it was a progressing thing where it was like progressively I was feeling the fluid in my chest. It was progressively, and it almost kind of felt like I was drowning for real. But I was just like, damn, like, so I ended up getting my garlic, and then it's like it just all came out at one time, almost like one time I just coughed up all the water that was in my system, and it was a lot of water. It was like fluid. It was like fluid upon fluid upon fluid. So if you have elders and they get sick with pneumonia Fuck what the doctors is talking about. Give them this goddamn garlic, because that's what the fuck be wrong. They be in the motherfucking hospitals and shit like that, and these niggas be giving them all kind of dumb shit. Give them the motherfucking garlic. That's all they need, right? Give them the goddamn garlic, because that's going to heal that motherfucking pneumonia. There's too many old people that have died. Too many healthy old folks that have died from fucking pneumonia when all you got to do is take some damn garlic. That pisses me off a little bit. It just does, right? Like, it just kind of pissed me off just a bit, okay? Because I tell you, I had pneumonia. Shit was sitting on my motherfucking chest. Like, fluid was building up, and I could feel it. I could feel it. And then every time I coughed or, you know, anything like that, it was coming out. Like, fluid was coming out. It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? I took my garlic, and within hours, a whole bunch of, like, fluid was coming out. Like, water. Like, every time I drank water, that fluid was sitting right here in my chest. So that's when I knew I had pneumonia. Take the fucking garlic. Like I said, I like to take the garlic straight because I'm a thug, right? Right? I'm a thug, okay? All right? I grew up on Tupac, so I'm a thug, all right? So I feel like taking the garlic straight is going to give you the fastest, most accurate results. But of course, if you have garlic pills and you want to take those, then fine. But taking this, biting it raw, yes, raw. We're not cooking this shit. We're not mincing the motherfucker. We just don't bite into it, okay? And it burns. But that's why I said I'm a thug, okay? So, yes, always have garlic in your arsenal. It is non-negotiable. And I don't give a shit about all the Dr. Sebi. Listen, I love Dr. Sebi, but when he got to talking about garlic, and I know what he's saying is true. Like, garlic kills everything it touches. You're right. But it also kills the shit that you're not supposed to have, like pneumonia and the flu and UTIs and urinary tract and yeast infection, not UTI, but yeast infection. I'm actually not really even covering UTIs. I would need to probably cover that on a different separate video because I need to pull up the details for that. Okay, so just know that this is specifically for UI and BV. Okay, so those are kind of one and the same. All right, so moving forward, we talked about our pennyroyal, slippery elm, our garlic. Our ginger is going to, for this, well, it's antimicrobial and antifungal. So we're gonna add this as well as our probiotics. Probiotics is non-negotiable. The garlic is non-negotiable unless you take the metronidazole, which is a antibiotic, like a pill form. But I'm doing the natural remedy part. Okay, I'm doing this naturally, completely naturally. So now, also, along with this process, I am also going to be setting up and basically starting like a little detox. So here I am, no more fried foods. Here I am, no more cookies. Here I am, no more chips. Here I am, no more Pepsi. Here I am, no more alcohol. Okay, I'm gonna do my best. Okay, but okay, so nope, don't make any excuses for yourself. Nope, the goal is no. The goal is no, the goal is no, the goal is no. The goal is no, the goal is no, the goal is no. I'm trying to get my head right because the goal is no. Okay? So the goal is no alcohol. I'm not going to leave room for myself to not reach the goal. If I happen to fail, I won't fail. Moving forward to our detox. Now, all of these same things that we're using for our natural healing for the vaginal health is going to work and operate in unison with our detox stuff as well. One of the most important things that I got for the detox is the papaya. Papaya seeds are good for flushing parasites out of the body, okay? And as I said earlier, the gut is where pretty much the gut is considered the second brain, right? It has all sorts of stuff in my gut. My gut health, we're working on that ASAP, right? So, papaya, the papaya seeds are nasty as hell, okay? They are disgusting, okay? They are disgusting little things. They taste gross, but they expel parasites from the body. And sometimes those little parasites that you have in the body are keeping you eating more sugar and eating more fried food. It has a specific craving sometimes. So we're going to try to flush that out with the papaya. Now, moving forward, we have the ginger in this element for the purpose of heating up the body. Okay, so ginger is it's good for fever. So if your child ever has fever and you don't know what to do, the first thing you need to do is get them some damn ginger and garlic. Get both of them. Like, and I know the baby's not going to want to have no garlic, so no problem. Okay, put the garlic, a little tiny piece of garlic and honey, and give it to them anyway. Right? They're going to be like, they gonna do that. They gonna do all that, but just do that. But if your child has a fever, ginger is key. You need to give them ginger, because ginger is going to bring that fever down like almost instantaneously. Okay. And I use this all throughout my children's young lives. When they were babies or infants, when they were children, they got ginger and they got garlic, both of them. That's why now when they get sick, they already know what to do. Okay. But so yeah, they can have it even as children. They might not like it as much, so that's why you put some honey on there or something, or maybe even shake it up in their bottle. If it's a baby that's still on formula or something like that, you know, you want to make it real small, put it in a bottle, whatever. That way they get the juice of it, or chew it up for them and then give it to them. You know, but you have to. This is gonna instantly lower the fever of your child. Okay, so you have to know this, because this is, you never know what time of day and night it is. You know what I'm saying? You never know if the ambulance can get to you. If you ain't got no car, you ain't got to have some ginger in your damn cabinet. Okay, you hear me? Hear what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Right? But additionally, this is going to serve as speeding up the metabolism and heating up the body. And what it's going to do is it's going to heat the body up, and it's going to cause friction with the fat in the system, and it's going to cause it to break up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be using our lemons and our limes. Hold on, the limes are here. I got a whole bag of them. So the limes are going to be good because the lime juice is going to help flush the system. Okay, so in the morning I'm going to make a smoothie in the morning, or not a smoothie. I'm just going to juice these, and then I'm just going to take lime shots. Okay, with the lemons, you can take lemon shots if you want, or you can make like warm water with lemon, and this will help. Warm water with lemon and cayenne pepper. You don't have to do the cayenne pepper if it's too much for you, because the lemon and warm water will work just fine. But what this is going to do is that this is going to literally start breaking up whatever's going on in that tummy, and it's going to start pushing stuff out, right? That's what it's going to do. You know, it is also going to help to repair. Lemons and limes are also going to help to repair the level of acidity in the body. Okay, and so it's going to help to balance out the acidic nature of the body, the pH. It's going to help to balance the pH. Also need for that for that yeast infection or that BB. Okay, you need the pH balance. Okay, so we're resetting the pH with these couple of, that went terribly. Okay, with these couple of things. So in the morning, if you want, you can take, like, I would take the lime shots, right? But if you want, you can also have, like I said, warm, almost like tea. So lemon tea, add a little cayenne in there. And what this cayenne pepper is going to do the same thing that this ginger does, which is going to heat up the system. It's going to heat up the body. It's going to increase the metabolism, right? And it's going to cause your body to start like breaking up the fat in your body. Okay, so we're going to use that for those for that. And I thought I brought my MCT oil, but the MCT oil was going to use, so during the days where I'm fasting, because Ramadan is coming up, and I think I'm definitely going to participate in Ramadan this year, because I know that I need to do this for my health and all of that. I need to restore my health and restore the balance of my body and my system. I just got to do that just for me, just because I want to be here for a long time. So it's time to do it, you know? So when you are fasting, intermittent fasting anyway, for however many hours you're fasting during the day, you want to make sure you take that MCT oil before you start your fast, right? And that way, what the MCT oil is going to do is going to start breaking up that fat too, and it's going to start, like, literally your body's going to start just dropping fat. Like, fat's just going to start dropping, right? So yes, and then of course, want to get the actual ginger root, then you can also use the ground ginger. I only prefer to use this, like, if you're gonna do, like, if you absolutely have to, with tea, or I use it in cooking. So definitely you can use it in cooking. Oh, another thing, the cayenne pepper is really good for blood clots. And like if you have stroke. Oh, let's look at that real quick, just because, you know what, my aunt had 2 strokes. She was 28 years old. 28 years old when she had strokes. So no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Oh, these are the actual herbs. Okay. Oh, we need this book, don't we? Okay. Yeah, I remember my aunt, she had 2 strokes and she was only 28 years old. And it's like, girl, that is not what we need to be doing. So, let me see if I can find it in here. I don't see it, but I'm gonna look a little bit deeper because I actually didn't even think about that until just now. The cayenne pepper made me think about it. But anyway, the cayenne pepper is gonna help with that for sure, because what it does is cayenne pepper helps to thin out the blood. But it's also so that's for like if you have been dealing with stroke or anything like that, you need to have cayenne pepper. And yeah, I know it's a little spicy, but get the cayenne pepper and stop playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. No excuses on this, right? Like, you have to have cayenne pepper in your arsenal always. Another thing that cayenne pepper is going to do for us, though, if we're just trying to lose some weight, drop some weight, this is going to help us to like break up the fat in the body. It's going to increase the metabolism. So we're going to use it for that purpose also. Okay. Now, if we're looking at the spiritual element of the cayenne pepper it has this spiritual stuff too, which I'm not even going to talk about because this video is specifically medicinal. So we're going to stick with the medicinal factors of that. Okay. Let me see here. We're going to stick with the version, the reason why we're here to, you know, on that specifically, and we'll maybe talk about that in another video. All right, so let's see here. What else we got? I think that's it for now. This is good too. So even if you're not here for the, you know, urinary stuff going on down there, then you're just here for like the detox part of it. That's cool. These are still going to help you. You still need these, right? The probiotics you're still going to need because you're flushing your system. You need to replace the bad bacteria with the good bacteria, and that's going to help your system find its balance that it needs to find, and it's going to make your digestive work a little bit better. The cayenne pepper helps with the digestive as well. Pretty much everything here is going to help with getting that digestive flow, you know, kind of moving in. But the most important factor about everything that I've gotten here is probably the papaya when it relates to the gut, because these seeds, nasty as hell, as nasty as they are, they clear the system of parasites, which is super uber important. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I hate papaya seeds. Oh my god, I don't even like the taste of papaya for real, but we're gonna do it this time because you know what? Nope, we're here for the health. Okay, we're here for the health. Okay, so pineapple is also another one that I did pick up because pineapple is also good for like that metabolism and heat, and it somehow it also causes that heat in the body, so it'll like and shift around the fat, and then boom, we're just dropping fat and shit, you know what I mean? So the thing about doing all of the food stuff first is that once you get the food stuff started, right, like your body's already working out, like dropping off some of that unnecessary excess stuff, and then once you start working out, it's even faster, right? So I got apples, and I know the apples, and I need to go get some spinach. So spinach, apples, and this stuff right here is literally what I'm going to be eating. Maybe some watermelons, but I'm just gonna try to keep it stuck to like fruits and vegetables for the most part. I might do some cabbage soup, you know, from here or there. But the apple is good because the apple replaces brown fat, right? White fat in the body with brown fat, and brown fat is healthier. That's the same reason why we're going to be doing the MCT oil or coconut oil or both, because the coconut oil and the MCT oil basically it replaces the types of fat. So, you know, you're getting, when you get plant fat versus other types of subcutaneous fat, it just obviously is going to replace it. So these things we're going to be doing, we have a multi-purpose for what we're doing here today, but you know, I guess it's all for the greater good, and I guess it's all needed to happen. So here we are. The final thing that I think I mentioned earlier, but that I forgot to mention for the UTI is the apple cider vinegar bath. Okay, so the apple cider vinegar bath is going to be helpful with that region down there. So yes, add that to the plan so that it can do what it does as well. Okay. All right, there's one more thing that I wanted to look up in my book real quick. I went and got my medical books. I went to my storage and got all of my all of my books, all my natural healing books. So these are the books that I'm looking at right now, and I have one more over here too. So I went and got these. This is my OG. This is a stolen library book. Yes, it is. I mean, I gotta call it what it is. You know, I gotta call a spade a spade. You know, I think I paid for it though. They made me pay for it, you know. But yeah, so there's that. Hold on, and I'm pretty sure that peppermint is really good for a lot of stuff too. Appetite loss. So no, not that. Oh, for the detox / weight loss part of this video, and it just licorice root and gongo root are two things that we'll be using to suppress the appetite. Okay, now gongo root is kind of spicy, just like the ginger or garlic. It's kind of spicy. But you can get it in a root form, a dried root form, and chew on it. And when you chew on it, it will suppress your appetite, as well as licorice root. So those are the things that I'm going to be using, guys. I'm sure there will be other things that I'll be adding to this process as I go forward, because like, you know, like I said, the burdock root or just any other herbs that I love to, you know, mess with, maybe to just add additional health or just to add additional layers for my health. As I begin to go, those things will be added as well. So the papaya is right here. What is it for? Ooh, papaya. Ooh, so the papaya has the unique ability to dissolve dead tissues without damaging living cells. Okay, because we didn't know that. Okay, girl. See? Parsley has been used to treat stomach and intestinal disorders, jaundice, water retention, and failure to menstruate. Oh, failure to menstruate, i.e. pregnancy. Yes. So that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm so done. I also did pick up some kiwi because I love kiwi. And I think I'm going to eat one right now, honestly. No. It's not ripe. No. See, this is why every time I go to the fucking it's just not ripe. I gotta let it sit for like 4 days. I hate that. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna take this one right here. All right, so I'm gonna eat this papaya, maybe a little apple or something like that. But in the meantime, this video was really a video to start this journey. I mean, you know, we've had this journey before, guys, in the past. You've seen me do this before, and you see it, you know it works, so you can believe it or not, it doesn't matter to me. You know I know what I'm talking about, Boski. If you go back to my past detox you know, stuff, then you'll see that, you know, I definitely had really great results in my process and how whenever I get on my health kicks or my health journeys, you know, they work out really good and really well. So this is going to be no different. Oh my God, this is so good. I realized this morning that I tend to like tart fruits. Tart or sour fruits. because I love kiwi and plums, and they're not particularly sweet fruits. And I love strawberries too, and blackberries. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications each and every time I upload a new video, and smash the like button. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find something about that thing we were talking about. But I know for sure the cayenne pepper is going to work, but I think there should be more for sure. But, you know, this is just, oh, here we go. Right here. Right here. This is just in case, because, you know, those are, man, you know, they can do a lot. So, you know, you just want to, yeah, you just want to know if there anything that you can be taking daily, or, you know, eating daily, just changing your eating habits or adding this to your daily habits to help. So, stroke. My aunt had 2 strokes. She was 28 years old when she had her strokes. And they were like back to back. So, yeah. So the treatment concentrates on maintaining a healthy blood flow and keeping muscles and ligaments strong and flexible. $170 to $171. Stress reduction. Yep. See, earlier we were talking about ashwagandha. So, you know, if you're dealing with this, that means you could be dealing with a lot of stress. So, you know, you might want to get some ashwagandha, because ashwagandha is going to help reduce stress in the body, period, right? Which is going to help us with our cortisol level, which is going to help us with our belly fat. It's also going to help us with keeping our stress levels down, okay? Let's see what else. Cutting down on salt and alcohol. Look at me. I got a bottle right behind me. Okay. Gotta do it though. You know, listen, when it comes to health, we have a choice, right? This is something that we can choose. We can choose to live a longer life, or we can choose not to. It is a choice. So let's see here what else we have. So yarrow tea. You could do homeopathy as well, or acupuncture. Okay, but basically we're just talking about like the oh, that's a different, that's atherosclerosis. Taking exercise, so doing a little bit more walking, you know what I'm saying, like doing a little bit more working out, stuff like that could be helpful. Okay, you're gonna need that vitamin C, E, and minerals. But you know the thing about the zinc, magnesium, selenium, lectin, and calcium, those are some of the vitamins that you want to add to your diet. Or you want to the vegetables we're looking at are oranges, grapefruit, pears, pineapple, which I do have here, celery. And then let's see what else. Yeah, that's it. That's just kind of like the quick version, but this is this cayenne pepper for that blood, for the blood thinning. That's going to thin that blood out. So, you know, you just need to just have this periodically. Like if you want to drink it in a tea. So sometimes, so what we doing during this detox is we're taking that, you know how you have lemon in the morning or whatever, you just put the lemon in the warm water And then put a little cayenne pepper in there. Shake the little cayenne pepper. That ain't gonna do nothing but heat it up a little bit. And you can drink some water after that if you want to. But you don't need to do all that. I mean, if you don't, like, you don't have to drink the water. But, you know, add it to your stuff. Like, it's easy and it's quick. And, yeah, it's gonna foster a healthy, you know, situation for yourself. You want to sprinkle this on some of your food. Like, when you make some chicken, you know what I mean? Put some cayenne pepper in there. Start cooking with it, you know, just to help with that. So let's see what else though, because now it's got me thinking about other stuff too. It's got me thinking about all sorts of other stuff. So let's look at, I wonder if they have thyroid in here. Let me see. Ooh. Okay, well, that's the quickest here we go, right here. The quickest one that I know for stroke is definitely going to be cayenne pepper. And then, like I said, if you want to do a little slimming down too, add that lemon and some warm water with the cayenne pepper, and boom, you got a little drop some fat real quick. You know, boost your metabolism vibe. So thyroid, let's see here what we've got here. Infusion of the herb bugleweed 3 times a day helps slow the action of the gland. And it's not really giving much information for that one. That's just this book. I've got plenty of other books, so yeah. I'm going to be studying this book, and we'll be talking about some of the things that we pick up in this book. I love this book. This book is like so big and so large and just so much information in here. So this is going to be my focus, guys. Just getting myself back healthy, getting myself a new healthy regimen. And so I invite you guys to join if you are interested. We can share tips and, you know, just kind of like emotional or moral support, just some support, you know, but just either way it goes, I'm gonna do this anyway, so you know, you can do that if you want. So yeah, I'm sure there's other stuff. I just nothing that I can think of at the top of the head, but the main thing that I know for sure that is quick to grab, it's cheap, and it works is the cayenne pepper for stroke. Do it, get it. And then also you want to have some ginger and the ashwagandha. First off, everybody can just grab some ashwagandha just in case you're dealing with stress, which most of us are. Okay, we're dealing with stress. We need to get that ashwagandha to reduce stress and cortisol in the body. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave this here. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications each and every time I upload a video. Smash the like button. Let me take a look at the comments real quick. So I want a good life partner. I am 34 years old. Please tell me, will I get a life partner in this year, 2026? Are you sure you haven't already met your life partner? What is it? Rathish? Oh my goodness. I'm butchering that name. Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't. I hate butchering names. Oh my goodness. Fasting is good too, guys. Keep in mind, fasting is always going to reset the body quickly. So, you know, and I know it's like you're hungry. Okay, I'm hungry. But you can sacrifice a couple days out, you know, you can sacrifice a couple days of fasting, okay, to have a longer life, okay, to have more health, or to, you know, regenerate some nerves or some endings or some cells, okay? So just think about that. Bayberry, what's this one for? For a lot of things. All right, I'm done. Thank you guys again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.